I'm gonna go ahead and start up a
double arm
GoFundMe.
bar.
I'm certain that we can find 100 idiots in America to test this out live.
Mr. Beast said he was willing to put that on.
Oh, I'm pretty
No,
sure.
he's not. Mr. Beast will get canceled forever if anybody dies on one of his streams.
With 100 trained men, you're talking about no more than 10 casualties on that kind of situation. If it's 100 trained men, because you can't outrun a gorilla. You know, human beings are very innovative when it comes to, you know, getting rid of deleting things. We've been doing it for centuries, been doing it for a long time. Bull riding. You know, none of these a gorilla can't take on a bull.
What? A gorilla has opposable thumbs. He'll destroy a bull. Get out of here.
No, he won't take on the bull. Nah. And the part of the reason why I'm saying this is because during the Roman time period, they would actually fight different animals, bring different animals to fight. They said more times than not, the bull would beat the bear.
Really?
More times than not, yeah. And those things will gore you. And you see men that can't outrun a bull, but you'll see the men, they can distract the bull. So whenever the guy gets thrown off the bull, they'll all run in different directions to kind of confuse the animal. And gorillas are a little bit smaller. Gorillas are smarter than a bull. But if you got a coordinated attack with human beings, you know, even if they can't use weapons, they can still use their shirts and stuff like that. They're gonna strangle the gorilla.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, there's poachers catching gorillas all the time. They don't got 100 men doing it.
Yeah.
On this show.
Can 100 men take a gorilla in a fight?
100 men?
Yes or no?
I say yes.
Yes? All right. Enos?
It depends.
Nah, that's not a yes or no answer, man.
Yeah, but it's not a yes or no answer, brother. No, I'm just 100 men. Because well, the 100 men are handicapped. So
you're being rebellious right now, brother.
We ain't coming back to you. This is your answer. So let's do this. Let me clarify for you, Enos. Let me make it a little bit easier on you. Can 100 healthy men take a gorilla in a physical fight?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me your why.
As long as 90 of them are willing to die or get maimed, then yes, it's totally possible.
So basically what you're saying is either 90 of y'all die and we win, or 100 of us die and we lose.
Yeah.
As long as I'm in the last 10, I'm with you.
Man, there you go, man.
Yeah,
what's your why?
Absolutely. Even when you study, of course, we know, well, some of us know that one gorilla is stronger than an average person with 3 times, 7 times, 7 times more. Even when you see gorillas, when you watch some of that stuff on the Animal Planet, they tend to run away if they do see danger. They're not always seeking to fight multiple people. So that's the advantage. Men work together. They're more strategic planning. So you don't necessarily have to be willing to die. Just be strategic.
I don't know about all that. Gorillas can lift between like a ton and a ton and a half.
Yeah, lift. But look how tall they are.
4'6".
Average is what, 4? I don't even think they're over 5 foot. So
you don't think gorillas are 5 feet?
Now I'm talking the average height of a gorilla. Oh, we got Vulcan back here.
What? What Wikipedia page did you see that on?
What's the average height? It's not over 5'10".
All right, man. Set these guys straight, man. They sounding ridiculous a little bit. Can 100 healthy men take a gorilla in a physical fight?
100 men. I'm taking 100 men over the gorilla. I'm taking 100 men over the gorilla. The difficulty for me, if we're talking about just 100 men going head first at one gorilla, it wouldn't be close. The difficulty is whenever you factor in people are disorganized, they're afraid, people are waiting for somebody else to go first. What is the motivation to attack this gorilla? So we got to factor those different things in there. Maybe people are trapped inside of a room and their families on the other side, and they say, you can't save your family in this other room unless you get rid of this gorilla, right? So that's a scenario, and we're still going to have some cowards in there. But if we could have at least a couple people that take the leadership on that kind of thing, if we can get somewhat of organization, it's not going to be by all 100 people, realistically speaking, but if you can get 60 or 70 people on board for this kind of a thing, I think they can just bum rush the gorilla, knock the gorilla down. Their punches aren't really going to affect the gorilla a whole lot, but definitely stomping a gorilla out would affect the gorilla. You can stomp out a gorilla, you can't punch out a gorilla. And
Yeah.
the gorilla's gonna grow tired. It's a lot of people, and the gorilla's gonna be tripping over people that's on the floor already. It's gonna be really difficult for that gorilla to stay up in that situation. So I'm going to the people if it's organized.
What?
So yeah, that's
But
my
fresh,
guess on
I'm
it.
still sticking to the average height of gorillas, like not over 5 feet. So we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, on his hands when he's standing up, he's taller.
You say
said
you count the length,
huh?
the span?
No,
That's
I'm
that's
counting
like
when
8
he's
feet.
on.
Yeah.
I'm counting when he's on his hind leg when he stands up. 100 trained men take a gorilla in a physical fight. Yes or no?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, Enos,
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Vulcan.
Definitely.
So everyone agrees that 100, regular dudes off the street, healthy dudes off the street could take a gorilla. 100 trained men in martial arts or boxing or whatever hand-to-hand combat that you want to choose are going to be able to easily handle a 500-pound silverback gorilla.
It depends then, because like if you're doing a keto, what's that guy? If you're doing that,
Nah, you're not going to disrespect Aikido, man. It's a real martial art.
Yeah, you probably
Just because he's a fake fraud, wilding out.
Now y'all doing that Steven Seagal stuff, we in trouble.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you got a ponytail, we're definitely gonna lose.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, so with 100 trained men, you're talking about no more than 10 casualties on that kind of situation. If it's 100 trained men, because you can't outrun a gorilla, but you see this all the time. But human beings are very innovative when it comes to getting rid of deleting things. We've been doing it for centuries, been doing it for a long time. You see this with
Culture.
bull riding. None of these a gorilla can't take on a bull.
What? A gorilla has opposable thumbs. He'll destroy a bull. Get out of here.
No, he won't take on the bull.
Nah.
And the part of the reason why I'm saying this is because during the Roman time period, they would actually fight different animals, bring different animals to fight, and it would be a bear and a bull kind of at the end. And they said more times than not, the bull would beat the bear.
Really?
More times than not, yeah. You got to think those bulls are, tons.
Yeah.
Like a ton, 2 tons.
And it's probably not going to move out the way. The bear's probably not going to move out the way.
Yeah.
They just gore them. That's what they do. You see bulls, you see bears struggling with moose. Moose get to be 7 feet, tall, but they don't have the same girth or strength as a bull. And those things will gore you. And you see men that can't outrun a bull, but you'll see the men, they can distract the bull. So whenever the guy gets thrown off the bull, they'll all run in different directions to kind of confuse the animal. And gorillas are a little bit smaller. Gorillas are smarter than a bull. But if you got a coordinated attack with human beings, even if they can't use weapons, they can still use their shirts and stuff like that. They're gonna strangle the gorilla.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, there's poachers catching gorillas all the time. They don't got 100 men doing it.
Yeah.
And, if they're trying to sell them, they're not shooting them or really damaging them. So theoretically, once you capture a gorilla, you can do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, and this is more of a stretch as far as on the imagination, but you see that there are some reports, and it's fuzzy, that leopards kill gorillas. Now, do they kill full-grown male gorillas? That's questionable, but there is some evidence that they do, that leopards do delete gorillas, male gorillas as well. Because one thing about gorillas, they have skin like us. They don't have like loose skin like bears and cats and stuff like that, and dogs. You see the mom might pick the pup up or the cub up by their skin. There's a lot of loose skin, so they have that for tearing things away, and the skin being able to move to be able to move a little bit of give. But gorillas have skin like us.
A gorilla could probably one-shot you. You don't think?
I think a gorilla could one-shot us. Yeah. It's not one shot, and it's definitely not going to one shot 100 of us. It's not the one punch man. So I mean, comparatively, he is.
Depends on how many.
Because what's going to happen is
because
smart
I
men.
think when you talk about the organized men, at least the first couple of them that get exploded with one punch, that's gonna shake the next 20.
I think 20 trained men can take out a gorilla.
20 trained men. I agree with you.
And the reason is because what the strategy is going to be is get the gorilla off its feet. That's the main thing. It's still it's going to be a threat, but once you know, and there's going to be some casualties for sure if it's just 20 men, but 20 trained men, because you can kick, like I said, you can kick the gorilla. They have really dense skulls, really dense bone structure, muscle structure, so they can take a wallop because they're used to getting punched by other gorillas and still standing around.
A lot of abuse.
But once you get on that floor, you can knock out a gorilla with some good kicks to the head, kicks to the you know, the nether regions.
I'm gonna go ahead and start up a
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. I'm certain that we can find 100 idiots in America to test this out live.
Mr. Beast said he was willing to put that on.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Mr. Beast will get canceled forever if anybody dies on one of his streams.
I'm pretty sure somewhere on the dark web it's probably going down. If not now,
you think they already found 100 men? Like Squid Game style?
They probably made 100 people do it. You know,
like
make it. But we know this stuff happens. We know the Roman Empire did stuff like this all the time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get their records. That's how you're able to see some of these fights between animals on the records. I didn't realize when I was watching Gladiator 2, and they had the scenes where they had like water fill the Colosseum. I was looking that up. I was like, they actually could fill the Colosseum with water. Like a lot of, they actually in those time periods they were able to do that kind of a thing. I thought that was pretty interesting.
They built the aqueducts, all right.
Yeah,
they had stuff. They was doing all right.
I'm here to stay on my soapbox and proclaim that to the world.
On this show.